In the world of investments, the name Isaac Newton often resonates, not for his contributions to physics, but for his infamous financial blunder. Enter the South Sea Company, a shining beacon of opportunity in the early 18th century. Newton, a savvy investor, spotted this opportunity early and invested. His keen eye paid off, and he made a small fortune. However, the allure of even greater riches proved too tempting. Newton, like many others, was caught up in what we now call South Sea bubble. He reinvested at the height of the market, his judgment clouded by excessive optimism. But as the bubble burst, so too did Newton's fortune. He ended up losing more than he had initially made, a stark reminder that even the greatest minds can fall prey to financial folly. Newton's story is a classic example of the dangers of excessive optimism in investing. His experience serves as a cautionary tale for investors, reminding us of the importance of tempering optimism with a healthy dose of realism. Charlie Munger, the right-hand man of Warren Buffett, has made a name for himself as a shrewd investor. But even he has had his moments of excessive optimism. Charlie Munger, a name synonymous with wisdom and financial acumen, is widely known for his role as vice chairman of Berkshire Hathaway, the conglomerate steered by the Oracle of Omaha himself, Warren Buffett. Yet even Munger, with all his intellectual prowess, has not been immune to the siren song of excessive optimism. Let's rewind to the mid-90s. Munger, ever the philanthropist, came across an investment opportunity called the New Era Philanthropy. This was a charitable scheme promising high returns on investments, and it seemed like a golden opportunity to do good while also doing well. Despite his well-honed skepticism, Munger was drawn in by the allure of high returns and the promise of philanthropic impact. However, as is often the case with things that seem too good to be true, New Era turned out to be nothing more than a Ponzi scheme. The promised returns were non-existent, and Munger, along with many other well-meaning investors, found himself at the losing end of a costly lesson. Now you might be wondering, how could someone as astute as Munger fall into such a trap? The answer lies in the psychological bias of excessive optimism. This bias leads us to overestimate the probability of positive outcomes and underestimate the potential for negative ones. In Munger's case, his optimism about the potential returns and the positive impact of his investment clouded his usually sharp judgment. Excessive optimism is an easy trap to fall into, especially in the world of investing. The allure of high returns can often blind us to the risks involved. And as Munger's experience with New Era demonstrates, even the most seasoned investors are not immune. But as with all mistakes, the key lies in learning from them. Munger's misstep serves as a cautionary tale, reminding us of the importance of tempering optimism with a healthy dose of skepticism. Even seasoned investors like Munger can fall prey to excessive optimism. Excessive optimism, as illustrated by the stories of Newton and Munger, can lead to poor investment decisions. Now, let's delve deeper into how this excessive optimism can influence our investment choices. You see, when we are overly optimistic, we tend to overestimate the potential returns of an investment. We might look at a new company, for instance, and imagine it to be the next Apple or Amazon. We envision the stock price soaring, dividends pouring in, and our initial investment multiplying many times over. But this is where the danger lies. By focusing only on the potential rewards, we may overlook the inherent risks. This brings us to the second point. Excessive optimism can make us underestimate the risks involved in an investment. We might gloss over red flags such as a company's high debt levels, poor management, or a volatile market. In our rose-tinted view, we see only the upside and ignore the potential downside. We forget that every investment carries a risk, and sometimes the risks outweigh the potential gains. Moreover, excessive optimism can lead us to invest in markets or assets that we do not fully understand. Drawn by the allure of high returns, we may venture into unfamiliar territories such as cryptocurrency, foreign stocks, or complex financial instruments. But investing in what we don't understand increases the risk of loss. As the saying goes, don't put your money where your mind doesn't work. And finally, let's not forget the impact of excessive optimism on our decision-making process. It can cloud our judgment, make us impulsive, and lead us to make decisions based on emotions rather than facts. This can result in ill-timed investments, overtrading, and ultimately financial loss. In the world of investment, it's crucial to strike a balance between optimism and realism. Being too optimistic can lead to disastrous financial decisions, as we've seen from the examples of Newton and Munger. So let's learn from their stories and approach investing with a healthy dose of realism. After all, it's not just about making money, but also about preserving our hard-earned capital.